Strange events in the skies when Jesus returns, from Matthew 24, verses 29 through 30. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great victory. Matthew 24, 29 through 30. The first of these strange signs will be that the sun will be darkened. This may mean that something in the skies, like smoke from fires or dust from volcanoes, blocks out the light of the sun. It may also mean that something will happen to the sun itself that causes its nuclear fires to be either partially or temporarily snuffed out, so that the amount of light the sun produces is greatly reduced or completely eliminated. Widespread forest fires across the globe can throw smoke into the air that can block out light and heat from the sun for a period of time. The fires might be caused intentionally, accidentally, or as a result of natural and unnatural events such as lightning strikes, meteor strikes, or even conventional military battles. Volcanic eruptions can also send smoke and dust into the air, and that can darken the sun and result in global cooling. Global thermonuclear war is another potential source of smoke and dust being thrown into the atmosphere. It can block the light of the sun and produce what's known as a nuclear winter. The next strange sign is that the moon shall not give her light. In addition to the sun being darkened, the moon will be darkened also. This might even be a result of the darkened sun, since the moon's light is just reflected sunlight. Besides the darkening of the sun, other potential causes of the darkening of the moon might include smoke or dust in the Earth's skies that block the moon's light, clouds of dust and debris being thrown up from the surface of the moon itself as a result of comet, asteroid, or meteor strikes, or the moon being broken up or torn apart by one or more collisions with other celestial bodies. The next strange sign is that the stars shall fall from heaven. This suggests a series of comet or asteroid impacts, or it might be explained by some or all of the thousands of man-made satellites falling out of orbit and back down to the surface of the Earth. Another potential future event that might be seen by some as stars falling from the sky is a nuclear weapons attack. The fourth strange sign that Jesus mentioned is that the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. This is the most difficult of the signs to interpret, as it may refer to any of several astronomical phenomena involving the planets or the stars, such as are described in this video. These can be categorized either as 1, events that can physically affect, damage, or destroy the Earth; 2, events that can be viewed as signs of things happening or about to happen; or 3, a combination of both. Solar flares or coronal mass ejections. A solar flare is a burst of radiation fired from the surface of the sun. These flares occur frequently and fly from the sun in all directions. Some of them are occasionally aimed directly towards the Earth. A coronal mass ejection, or CME, occurs when large blobs of electrically charged solar material is flung off the surface of the sun. The sun essentially becomes a giant cannon firing nuclear cannonballs. When highly charged particles from either solar flares or CMEs strike the Earth, they can damage or cause blackouts and burnouts of electrical and electronic devices. These can include cars, other vehicles, satellites, computers, computer networks, telecommunications networks, the internet, and electrical transmission systems. In the future, such events might cause great distress when everyone's modern electronic conveniences and necessities stop working. When stars of a certain size burn through all their available fuel, they can die in massive explosions called supernovae that blast energy into space in all directions. The energy released by supernova explosions within less than about 1,000 light years of the solar system would be close enough to possibly cause damage, destruction, or even death on Earth. Even a supernova explosion that's too distant to cause damage on Earth can still be impactful, as a visible star suddenly brightens, or a star not visible to the naked eye suddenly becomes visible as a, quote, new star. Such an event could be interpreted as having spiritual significance. Some have proposed, for example, that the star that suddenly appeared in the sky to announce the birth of Jesus might have been a supernova explosion. Gamma ray bursts are produced by the most powerful events in the universe. They result from collisions between black holes or neutron stars. These collisions are so powerful that they distort the structure of space and send out gravity waves in all directions. They also send out directional beams of high energy gamma rays that can literally travel across the entire universe. If such a beam were to strike the Earth, it could destroy the ozone layer, ionize the atmosphere, or vaporize the oceans. Black holes come in different sizes, from microscopic, known as primordial black holes, to supermassive black holes, which can contain as much mass as millions or even billions of suns. Even a microscopic black hole, if it flew by or struck the Earth, could wreak havoc on human civilization or even destroy the whole planet. Eclipses don't actually cause any damage on Earth, but historically they've been viewed as harbingers of imminent doom or as signs that the gods were angry. In the future, some individuals and groups may see them the same way. Planetary impacts with solar system planets or with rogue planets. Besides the Earth, there are 7 major planets in the solar system and many additional minor or dwarf planets, with more being found every year. Currently, the planets are in regular stable orbits around the Sun. In the future, however, events may take place that push or pull one or more of the planets out of their stable orbits and send them on collision courses with each other or with the Earth. Additionally, scientists have discovered that the galaxy is littered with millions to billions of so-called rogue planets that are not gravitationally bound to any star, but are celestial wanderers. In the future, a rogue planet may wander into the solar system and disrupt the orbits of or collide with another planet, or even crash into the Sun, the Earth, or the Moon. An occultation, also called a transit, is an event that occurs when all or part of one celestial object is hidden from an observer by another object that passes between them. The object being occulted may be a star, planet, moon, asteroid, or other astronomical body. The object causing the occultation may also be one of these types of bodies, but may also be a black hole or a celestial dust cloud. When an object visible with the naked eye gets occulted, the event might be viewed by some as a warning or announcement of existing problems or coming troubles. Alignments or conjunctions of planets, moons, or stars are another class of astronomical events that have historically been interpreted as signs and portents of significant events, from the coming or birth of kings and rulers to the rise or downfall of nations. An example is that some have proposed that the star that the wise men saw as heralding the birth of a new king of the Jews in Jesus was an alignment of planets or a conjunction of 2 or more stars. Gravitational lensing. Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity posits that space-time is like a fabric, and that gravity results from a massive object warping that fabric. The more massive the object, the greater the warping and the greater the resulting gravitational force. This gravitational warping of space in the vicinity of a massive object can even bend, magnify, or duplicate the light of a distant object, such as a star or galaxy. This is known as gravitational lensing, and it can produce several spectacular visual effects. When a gravitationally massive object passes between the Earth and a distant object, the light of that distant object may be seen to brighten or blink, which is called an Einstein flare, to produce multiple images, called an Einstein cross, or produce rings or arcs of light around the image of the massive object called an Einstein ring or Einstein arc. Either of these sights might be interpreted by some as signs in the heavens. This is an example of a partial Einstein ring. And this is an image of a complete Einstein ring snapped by the James Webb Space Telescope. This is an example of an Einstein cross. The four white lights are actually four images of the same distant galaxy created by gravitational lensing from the massive orange galaxy in the center. Something like this may have been what caused Roman Emperor Constantine to convert to Christianity when he said he saw an image of a cross in the sky. This is a perfect example of the impact that celestial objects can have on humans and on human history. These are Einstein arcs. The appearance of comets. Like eclipses, comets have historically been seen as signs of impending doom. During the end of days, there may be individuals and groups that interpret the appearances of comets at that time as portents of God's wrath or as forecasters of future events, both positive and negative. Previously, we've looked at the powers in the heavens as celestial bodies or celestial phenomena, such as stars, planets, comets, galaxies, or even gamma ray bursts. But powers is also the name of the sixth rank of angelic beings and the one that is traditionally identified as the rank that's responsible for directing the orbits of the stars and planets, as well as the movements of the other angelic beings across the heavens. Therefore, saying that the powers of the heavens will be shaken may indicate some significant type of activity by these angelic beings during the end times. They may be the ones assigned the task of causing the sun and moon to be darkened or the stars to fall from the sky. The sign of the Son of Man in heaven. This is another strange sign that will be seen in the heavens during this time. It is interesting to note that it's only after the previously mentioned celestial events have caused men's eyes to be focused on the skies that Jesus will finally appear in the heavens for all the tribes, nations, and ethnic groups of the earth to see. Jesus' appearance will be preceded by something called, quote, the sign of the Son of Man in the heavens. This may refer to something akin to the star that appeared to announce his birth. That first star was only recognized by a few wise men, but this later sign will be recognized by many. They shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Matthew 24, verse 30. The most glorious vision of all to be seen in the heavens during that time will be the triumphant return of Jesus Christ to the earth.